Alright, yo. Anei te mihi aroha ki a koutou I tēnei wā. Anei te mihi aroha ki a koutou I te ingoa tapua I hoa o ngā mano. Engari, ko te mea tuatahi, anei te mihi nunui rau atu ki te kaihanga o ngā mea katoa. Ara ko io matua te kore, ko io te waiora, ko io tiki tiki orangi, ko iha, ko ja. Ko te kaihanga o ngā mea katoa, ko tēnei te mihi aroha ki a koe I te ingoa tapua I hoa o ngā mano, te kingi o ngā kingi, te ariki o ngā ariki, anei te mihi nunui rau atu ki a koe, ja, anei te mihi aroha. Ja Rastafari Selassie, Tihei Mauri ora. Oh, you know, I tell you, language is a beautiful thing when we can articulate everything that we are trying to speak, and we're not trying to speak, but articulate it in the most beautiful one love way. But tēnei te mihi aroha ki a koutou I tēnei wā I te wā toi hou. Tēnei te mihi aroha. I just give thanks to the beginning of this new year, this new season that we've been blessed with. Really short mihi atu ki a koutou. There's a couple of things that are on my heart to share out, so I'll try and do it real quick with love. But you know, in going into a new year, there's something that's come up. There was something that was spoken that I've been kind of sitting on for the last few weeks. I was at a wānanga, and one of the brothers there, he said something, he said it as a joke, right? Which many of us can do. So, you know, with love, forgiveness goes a long way, and so does grace. But what he said, you know, because I didn't know this song in Te Reo, the translated version, and many of us didn't. And what our beautiful brother did, I mean, he's Samoan brother. He's like, oh, you mustn't be real Maoris, you know, and it was kind of a joke, and it was like, oh, and even though it was a joke, you know, I could look at it, and it was like, man, it really hit the heart, like, that ain't okay. And why I say that ain't okay, I've been thinking about it, not in an angst way against the bro, you know, but I've been like, it's not okay to joke anymore about the identity that was stripped from I and I over the generations, and to make out that it's okay, because it's not. I'm really thankful that many of the generations that are being brought up now that do have the reo, I'm really thankful for that, and I'm really grateful for that. I've been learning. I'm still on my journey of learning te reo rangatira. I give thanks that the lost generation of those before us, that, you know, our kui and koimatua that were bashed for speaking the reo, and then their children, the ones that I say were the lost generation, you know, that were really impacted by not being able to learn. There was nothing available. It was really restricted, that they're now coming into having the reo come to fruition in their life. And so it's my kuia, you know, it's so beautiful. Because here's the thing, I represent many nations. I represent multiple nations, and including multiple nations of Aotearoa, starting with Kaitahu, Te Waipounami, the South Island, to the East Coast, Ngāti Porou, to the West Coast, Te Atiawa, to the heart of the nation, ko Te Aroa, but also the ko tōku iwi, ko Ngāti Rangitihi, tōku iwi, which is Matata. But then I also wakapapa ki konei ki te hiko o te ika, ki te iwi o te raroa, so the far north here, you know. But also then there's the Ngāti Hopi, which is my Native American. Then there's the Prussian. Then there's the Scottish, you know, man, pretty flash Maori up in the house. Now, but, you know, the thing is that our identity, one of the things that I find for myself, I wasn't brought up in my roots. I wasn't brought up around my iwi. I was brought up in the concrete jungle. You know, but the one iwi that that's always been in my walk, that's always been part of my hiding and part of my journey as a spiritual indigenous woman, is Te Raiona o Hura, ko tērā tōku iwi, Te Raiona o Hura, the tribe of the line of Judah, ko tōku maunga, ko Mount Zion tōku, you know, like, I mean, I'm just being real, ko te awa, ko te waipuna o te awa o te ora tōku awa, the living waters, the spring of the living waters of life is my awa, you know. So I just going into this new year, just declaring that, because that is the one iwi that I've always felt like I belong to. Now I know my iwi, but I'm learning to connect with my different iwi, and sometimes it's real wakama going and being a part of our different iwi, and you don't really get the hey no maharama, you get the who that, like, you know what I mean? So with love, let's start opening our, you know, being the expression of love. This is a new year, a new beginning, a new season. So let's start it off with love. And I don't mean warm fuzzies, right? I mean honor. honor as the expression of love, honoring I and I, honoring each other, honoring the great I am that I am. You know, honor goes a long way when it's done with love, when it's done pono, and when it is done tika, in a way of grace, mercy, and love, y'all. Those are the ways. But look, and then, o tira, there was another one little thing, right? So I was in another wananga this week, today actually, and this lady spoke of how, you know, this time this is the time we've really got to get with the times, and it's that this is a Pākehā world, and we've got to change our ways to really fit into that. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there going like, no, I reject that. With love, I could get where the sister was coming from, where our fire was coming from, but I'm like, no. Kaya tātou te mana, kaya tātou te rangatira tanga, kaya tātou o te iwi takitaki o Aotearoa, kaya tātou te mana. Nā te mea, mohio ana tātou e pāna ki he wakaputanga. Ko tēnei, this is the answer to where we're going. This is the answer. See, we still hold the mana. And I mean that with love and with honour. We still hold the mana. If we all know with the Tiritio Waitangi, the Māori version, we know 500 plus signed that copy. And that copy is actually based on he wakaputanga, stating that we do not give our sovereignty over to any foreigner, that they can actually manage their own. So, you know, like that's where I'm standing. And we don't need to ask for permission. We just need to walk the talk. So, anei te mihi aroha ki a koutou I tēnei wā. He the English version, about 39 plus signed that one. So, you know, those that signed that one, maybe they can sit under the crown, the English crown, the British crown. But, I mean, for me, the only crown on earth that has any power is the throne of David, y'all. And I'm not being religious. I'm not a religious person. I'm not religious. But if there's any throne that has power in Aotearoa, well, it'll be that one. That's for sure. Selassie. So anyway, much love and respect. This be the new year, the new time, the new season. So may love be bestowed upon I and I heart. Now, I don't personally own the license to this song, but Jah owns the rights to all of Jah music. Yeah. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel, don't you know? Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Ooh, I'm feeling good. Oh, hey, Mauri ora, Jah love, may love be bestowed upon I and I heart. Peace and love.